G'day folks, I'm Wren, they, them, and it is time for December's TBRGate. If I can remember how I do this, I tell you about last month. Also, I tell you about readathons. I'm not doing any. And I haven't since September because I just needed a break from readathons, and I kind of want a break for, you know, until one of my friends is doing one. I'm not going to participate in any that aren't ones that my friends have done. But last month for TBRGate, for contemporary, I was meant to read Well Travelled. Didn't get to it. I am planning on finishing it in December, but haven't gotten around to it just yet. Then for mental health, I was meant to read All the Lies. I started it, I didn't finish it in time, but I will be finishing that in December. For magic, I was to read The Dragon's Bride. I did read it, gave it 4 stars. It was a good time. For reread, I was to read Long Exposure, and I did 5 stars, as it has been since the first time I read it. Such a good time. For random number generator, I was to read Only When It's Us. I started this, I got like maybe 50-ish pages, and then I stopped. Could not pick it up for the rest of the month, and I have now decided to DNF it. So there's that. Then for a book I've been sleeping on, I was to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I read it, 5 stars. I get the hype, it's amazing. And then the last one I was meant to read was for A Name in the Title, and I was going to read The Wren in the Holly Library. I didn't touch it. I kind of don't want to. I think I need to figure out what I'm doing with that book, because I don't know. But now let's get into December, where I have some books I really want to read, as well as just trying to complete any of the goals that I set at the beginning of 2024. Let's see how I do on that one. This is kind of how I left the board. I did not complete Len Chan's prompt, so we have a hive ship on there. And I do have another hive ship that I should be putting on Zamillos, where I left off from. But I did get a 5-star in November, so I do have a Science Saves the Day token. So because of that, I'm just going to kind of erase this hive ship. Because like there's only so many hive ships on a board I can deal with. So these are going away, and then this is what we're left with on the board. So I have 5 hive ships on the board. This area, still terrifying. I kind of want to get to it though, just so I can clear it. I would love to have like a clear board for January. I don't think that's going to happen. So I left off on Zamillos, so that's where we're going to start. And let's go with the first roll. That's a 6. I really hope I get higher numbers this time. I should have chosen that one for the Science Saves the Day token. Oh no. I mean, I know I said I wanted to clear the board, but like, did it have to be right now? So we landed on Len Chan, which is a contemporary read. I can do that, but I now have to do it doubly. Great start. Roll number 2. Ooh, higher number, ever so slightly, 14. Missed the scary area. Alright, so I landed on Rectic. Ooh, with the prompt being sapphic. This is perfect. Love this. Okay, I'm really happy with this one. Yeah, hopefully that's all the same. The camera just like fell on itself. Anyways, roll number 3. Slightly higher again, 15. Ooh, awesome. So we landed on a chevron, which means a character card. I haven't had a character card in a while, so this will be fun. Less fun for my reading, but fun for the game. So let's see who we get. Oh, we get Radic! Okay, so we have Dr. Radic Zelenka. So that is a translated book or a book with glasses on the cover. Interesting. I think I know which one I'm going to go for, but we'll see. All right, let's try again for that third glyph. 16. So we're just going up by 1 every time. Okay. I know I said I wanted things to be a little bit more difficult this time, but this is a bit much. Okay, another character card. Oh, we got Peter Groden. Oh, I love Peter. I'm not going to get emotional. So, we have Dr. Peter Groden, who is either a BIPOC or a set in the UK prompt. Interesting. Okay, I don't know which one I'll do for this one. I love that they're both scientists as well. It's so fun. Alright, again, let's try for that third glyph. 18 this time. Just, what is with my dice? There we go. Alright, so we landed on Poco Ray. Oh, this is such a good episode. Alright, so the prompt is thriller. I just lost so many of my cards. Goddamn. Okay, so I'm filming outside. There was some wind. Things have gone everywhere. But we have a thriller. Not exactly what I wanted to read in December, but that's okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, glyph number 4. Back down to the small numbers. We have a 5. Alright, so we landed on Acgesis. Ooh, and the prompt is a new to you author. Kind of also not what I wanted to do in December, but this should be fun. Alright, glyph number 5. Ooh, 18 again. You stay there, please. Alright, so we landed on Sandovi. Ooh, and the prompt is a non-pretty cover. Okay. Basically, anytime I get this prompt, I go to my Kindle first. If you know, you know. 2 more glyphs to go. Let's see if we can do it. A 6 again. Interesting. Alright, so we landed on Once L with the prompt being a spinner wheel. Okay. I will figure that one out later. Alright, and what will hopefully be the last glyph. 16. Alright, so I don't have one of these little bits of paper for tannin. So, this is it. Hope it's good. I really need to print one of those out. But that is going to be it for the rolls. Now, let's go see what I picked. So, of course, the first thing I land on has a hive ship on it. So I landed on Lenchan with the episode for that being Vegas, and the prompt for that is a contemporary book. So because it has the hive ship on it, I have to read 2 contemporary books to complete that one prompt. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad to get a hive ship, because there are so many hive ships on this board that I know I'm gonna need more hive ships later on. So I need to start like going through them so that I can use them later. 2 contemporary books. So the first one I'm going to choose is The Passing Playbook by Isaac Fitzsimmons. I have been so hyped for this book since it was first announced, and then I like couldn't get it in Australia for the longest time. Then I finally found it a year ago, and I was like, oh my god, I have to buy it and read it. Still haven't read it, but I'm gonna try and read it this month. So this is a YA queer contemporary, and it's about this trans guy. I think he goes to a new school. Yeah, he gets a fresh start at an all-boys school, and he wants to play soccer because it's like his pride and joy. He goes into this new school passing, so like not telling anyone that he's trans. He's just a regular guy, and that in itself can cause a lot of issues. But then he ends up falling for this other guy on the soccer team. Things will happen from there. I am really excited for this. Then for the next contemporary spot, I was like, you really got to read one of the books you said you were going to read at the beginning of the year. So if you saw my 2024 journal setup video, I had a few spreads that were just a bunch of covers of books that I own from my shelves that I want to get to in that year. So I looked at the contemporary spread and there were a lot that I had to choose from. But I ended up choosing A Brush with Love by Maisie Eddings. I've just heard that this is really cute, so I'm gonna give it a go. I don't actually know what it's about, except dentistry. Ooh, it's a He Falls First. That's cute. And it seems like our main female character is very much focused on her studying and her career and goals and all that. Doesn't want to fall in love. And then the love interest comes along and is just super great. I don't know, could be cute. I've heard good things, so I will try and give it a go in December. Then the next glyph I landed on was Rectic, with the episode for that being Search and Rescue, and the prompt being Sapphic. I really want to go back and rewatch this episode because we technically got a Sapphic character, even though that little storyline got cut from the final edition, but ooh, she's so good. The book that I have chosen for this is a indie book, and it is an arc that I was very lucky to get, and it is Enemies to Booksellers by Laura Catherine. This is an author who's going to a romantic affair, which is a book event happening in Adelaide, which is pretty cool, in January. But yes, this seems like it could be good. So it is a sapphic cozy fantasy. Ooh, a powerful mage and a flirty henchwoman. That sounds great. And their employers are arch nemesis. Arch nemesis? Ooh, faking her own death. One of them starts anew and asks Echo to go with her to open a bookshop inside a barely haunted church. Sounds so good. A chatty mouse folk librarian. Cute. A feisty fire spirit who wants to eat the books. Oh my god. So this sounds super, super cute, and I'm really looking forward to it. I just need to read it. I've had the arc for a few weeks now, and I downloaded it. So next up, I landed on a chevron. So that means I have to pick a character card, and the character card that I got was Dr. Radek Zelenka. Love Zelenka. And the prompts for him were glasses on the cover or a translated book. We should all know what I picked. I picked translated so I could read manga. Hi. So for this I chose I Think Our Son Is Gay Volume 5 by Okura. So this is the fifth and final volume in this series. It is an amazing series and I want everyone to go and read it. So it is about this mother who suspects that one of her sons is gay, and she doesn't really know how to go about that. She doesn't know if she should bring it up to him or if she should just not say anything, but it's kind of a bit of her journey of learning about the queer community and, you know, educating herself so that if or when her son does come out, she is prepared to receive him with love, basically. And it's just such a healing series to watch this mother care for her son so much. And then I landed on another chevron. So that is another character card. And for this I got Dr. Peter Groden. I love Groden so much. Ugh, he's one of the best things about season 1, not gonna lie. But the prompts for Groden were set in the UK or BIPOC. And for this I went with BIPOC because again, I'm trying to complete some of those goals I set at the beginning of the year. So for this I'm going to read The Parengi Boy by Shiloh Kino. This is a book I picked up when I went to New Zealand for my 30th birthday. So it's been on my shelves for a little bit and I wanted to read all of my New Zealand books by the end of 2024. That's not going so well. This is about a teenager who's kind of he's really into social justice, I guess. And there are plans to build a prison on this particular land in New Zealand, and he's kind of fighting for that not to happen. It should be an interesting read. I think it's gonna be emotional, but I do really like emotional books, so I think this would be a really great one. But yeah, I should be able to get through this one relatively quickly. It's under 250 pages. So then I landed on a glyph, and for this one I got Poco Ray, with the episode being Tabula Rasa. So good. And the prompt for this is thriller. I'm repeating myself again, but again, I'm going with all of these goals. So I'm going to read Dark Mode by Ashley Culligan Blunt. This is like an Australian thriller. I saw it at Big W like when it first came out and I was like, huh, that's a cool cover. I'll buy it. And then haven't read it. But it says once you're online, there's nowhere to hide. So it's about this woman who like completely took herself off the internet and has for years, just trying to stay like really, really hidden. But then women keep being murdered in her area that all look like her. So that's terrifying. It says, a riveting psychological thriller drawn from true events. Dark Mode delves into the terrifying reality of the dark web and the price we pay for surrendering our privacy one click at a time. Sounds kind of horrifying because stuff with the internet is kind of horrifying to me. I also just love the cover. I love dahlias though, so that kind of makes sense why I like it so much. And then the next glyph I landed on was Acgesis, with the episode being Runner, where we get Ronan Dex. Good times. And the prompt for that is a new to you author. So for this, again, I'm going with all of those goals and I'm going to read Hell House by Richard Matheson. I've heard that this is like, it's like a classic in horror literature, I guess. I don't know. I just saw that it was a haunted house thing and I bought it. Turned out it's pretty popular. So it says, Hell House is a classic novel of supernatural horror and the basis for the terrifying motion picture The Legend of Hell House. I've never heard of that. Ooh, regarded as the Mount Everest of haunted houses. And there is paranormal investigators. Safe to say, I'm probably going to enjoy this. Oh, it's told on like a night. There's like timestamps. Ooh, that's fun. Ooh, it's set in 1970. I did not know that. Was this published in 1970? Sure was. Oh my god, the dedication. With love for my daughters, Bettina and Allison, who have haunted my life so sweetly. That's such a cute way to put that. Yeah, that's cute. So then we got another glyph, and this one was Sandovi, with the episode being Adrift, and the prompt for that being a non-pretty cover. Basically, anytime I get this prompt, I'm going to my Kindle. But I found one that is like, not a bad cover, but like I wouldn't say it's particularly pretty either. Hello. Everyone could have seen Kirsty just went to the birds, which is hilarious. But I thought this was a good time to read it because it's Christmas time. Not that I give a shit about that, or particularly like Christmas at all, but I have a bunch of Christmas books, so I should probably read them at some point. So this is Christmas Cupid by Barbara Winkies. It's like 130 pages, so I should get to that pretty quickly. It appears to be sapphic, and it's a like cozy small town. So does a small town bakery offer more than sweet holiday treats, or has its owner found a clever marketing ploy? So this woman's boss sends her to the small town of Pinedale to investigate the legend of the Christmas Cupid. In the magic Christmas bakery, customers have fallen in love while sharing sweet treats for generations. This woman is prepared to uncover a scam until she meets the third generation owner of the bakery and the current Christmas Cupid, and they fall in love. So this does sound like it could be cute, and I honestly think if we just took away the Christmas element, I'd be way more excited about this. But that probably says something about me more than the book. So then I landed on Once L, with the episode being The Daedalus Variation, and the prompt for that is Spin a Wheel. Now, it took me a while to remember what spin a wheel was, but I actually made a specific spin a wheel for this prompt. And that spin a wheel is for like goals that I want to complete. So we have my Kindle Bingo, TBR Knockout, TBR, I guess. The Read Harder Challenge, the Bookymon Challenge, Read Queerly Bingo, and my 2024 shelves. So if you don't know what any of that is, go watch my 2024 reading journal. That's basically where I took all of these prompts from. So I'm gonna spin this, and then whatever that lands on, I will pick a book from that particular category. Let's just do it. what does that say? 2024 shelves. Okay, basically what that means, this is the 2024 journal. That just means any of these. So I made a bunch of these for my journal and I gotta pick one from here. Oh, I should do the really smart thing and finish a book I started. Oh, or do I want to just read a graphic? I'm gonna do the smart thing. I could go pick up the book, but it's over there. So I'm just gonna not.
Trust Kirsty with it. Why would you trust either of us with it?
I really shouldn't.
Yeah. Is you filming?
I'm filming this whole thing.
Oh!
Don't trust two ADHDers with fire, basically. But from that 2024 shelf of the queer variety, I'm going to finish The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum. I started this, I really hope it was this year. Oh, it was, because because this bookmark was a gift from Kirsty for Christmas last year. So I started it this year. I got to page 170, which is like basically halfway, and like we're just kind of starting to get to the black pages. And I just put it down because like I was doing other things at the time. I keep meaning to go back to it, but just other things have taken priority, which is sad because this was amazing. But this is about this guy who has kind of had this like secret world his whole life, but now those are kind of blending. Yeah, these two worlds are kind of starting to blend, and it's kind of a really good exploration of like mental health, and like Kay Ancrum's writing, phenomenal. I love it. The thing about this is like there is like mixed media, like there's photos and everything in here and like diagrams and stuff, but the darkening of the pages is like this character's evolution into devolution into, I don't want to say like madness, but it kind of is. But yeah, he's kind of losing his grip on reality, and that is shown through the pages, which I think is a really interesting thing to do. But I'm actually really glad I got to put this on the TBR because I need to finish this. I was loving it. Definitely want to finish this. And then the last glyph that I landed on was Tannin, with the episode for that being The Shrine. So sad. And the prompt for that is a reread. Now I swear, reread keeps coming up lately, and but for a reread, I actually found this really difficult because like there are some rereads that I do want to do, but none of them for right now. So I was going back through all of my Goodreads for the past 4 to 5 years, and I was like, I just gotta find something. And I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And then I got to, yeah, 2019, when I read this book, and I only gave it 3 stars apparently, which seems wild to me because I have not stopped thinking about this. Like it always kind of just pops up in my mind every couple of years, and it's just so interesting. So you know what? I'm gonna reread it, and that is Still Waters by Alex Gabriel. This is like a short story. It is queer, and there was this kind of like eerie town vibe happening, and this guy like moved in to this house in the woods, and there was like a lake nearby and a creature in the lake that was a, I don't know if he was like a shapeshifter. There were human parts of him. Don't know how to describe it because I can't exactly remember what the creature was, but there was also kind of a relationship there, and there was this bigger world of these kind of creatures, which I love having anything to do with like mythical creatures. Yeah, I think what I really wanted here was more. I wanted more of it because I was so intrigued. So I am really looking forward to rereading this because I want to remember all those little details that I really, really loved. That's going to be it for my December TBRGate. So we got all of them plus 3 ebooks. So that's a little disconcerting when I put them all next to each other. But most of these do have an audiobook, so that should help things along. So that is going to be it for TBRGate this time. In 2025, I will be adding a few elements to TBRGate, so if you want to help with that, one of the things was, what do I do when I get the same number? And people have had some really great comments about like non-reading prompts. So if you have any that you would like me to add to 2025, let me know. Happy reading for the last little bit of the year. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.